understand all the various twists and turns over here. Towards the bottom of AyinBase 14. 4 lines from the bottom.
be-gan eiden.
Be-gan eiden, yeah, that's 5 lines.
Yeah, that's where we've been in Gan Eden.
Right, we refuse to leave Gan Eden.
Yeah, camping out.
So we were saying that by getting to know and understand the oir, memaale oir mislabish b'kelim, then as through that, and as a result of that, we get exposed and we get to know the oiris of hamufla mehoilums, the oiris of that is actually remote from worlds and is not mislabish in world. And this is the union from sovev kol almin. So we explained that the principle of sovev kol almin means, on the one hand, it is mufla mehoilams. It is higher than world, in the sense that it cannot be mislabish, it cannot be contained and defined in a keli. On the other hand, it is sovev kol almin, it embraces the world, and this union that it embraces in world, this is what provides the world with the ability to receive a memaale kol almin, the oir likid that's mislabish in world. In other words, what we are saying is that there is oir hamufla, oir that is above, remote from world, but we can know it from our vantage point. We can know it from the world. In other words, this is not something that is not effective at all as far as the world is concerned. Because if it's not, then we have absolutely no connection, no access to it whatsoever. Oir hamufla mehoilamos means that it is mufla, but it has an effect on the world. Sovev kol almin. If it is sovev kol almin, why is it mufla? Right? You say that which is above being sovev kol almin is totally unknown. That which is unto itself and does not even relate to worlds at all. Sovev kol almin does relate to worlds, and then it's not mufla. Right. Not be'erech islabish ba'elam. So in what way is it related to world? And what is the significance of knowing it? And then we say it's not only, it's mufla. Mufla means it's a pella. And ultimately, what is the point of knowing that which is mufla me'elam when you're in world? So we say, oh, it's very important because this is sovev kol almin. What is the meaning? It's sovev kol almin. If it's mufla, what is its relationship to the world? You have to know, as we discussed recently, one clear principle. World per se is a lie. It does not have an existence of its own. And if it appears that we see world and it's a reality, we are lying to ourselves. There's no basis for its existence. Like we said, world, when the world was first created, it was choshech, it was darkness. Darkness means that the only way to recognize and to see that there's something there is by touch. Remember we discussed this? Tangibility. And what's the effect of tangibility? How do you ought to know something if you touch it? Knowing something by touch does not mean that you don't know the thing at all. You know only how it affects you. That's what touch is. So there's no reality in this. You know yourself, and you know how this has an effect on you, and therefore there is something there that I have to avoid not to walk into the wall. But what is a wall? Nothing. And like they said, I don't know anything about it. So, if we should know world at any level that is knowable from a worldly perspective, we have no connection, we have no relationship, we are living a lie. What's meant a lie? Yeah, it's true to us, but we have there is no reality to it. What is the reality behind all existence? It is the presence of the creation. So there is two levels to that. One is there is the existence of the creation, the creator, and then there is the presence of the creator.
What was the first one?
The existence of the creator. The existence of the creator does not let you know anything about the creator. It just substantiates your own mitzias. There has to be a creator, because otherwise, how did this come to be? But it doesn't relate you to the creator. The creator means that there is the presence. The presence of the creator, that gives the world a reality. This is the sovev kolam. Now it remains in the realm of the creator, not of the created. But that gives the creator, the creation, a reality. Oh, there is a reality to the creator, because the creator is interested in and relates to it. In essence, this is the meaning of Malchus. I explained many times what is the meaning of a melech. What does he get out of the melech? The melech does not get involved in the nitty-gritty of running of the kingdom, but it gives it a sense of reality. And therefore, anything that does take place in the kingdom has, in essence, an element of the melech in it, and therefore it's real. To put it in most simple terms, if loisignoiv is an aspect that exists only between the particular contestants, particular people who are involved in the life in the world. This is mine. Don't. So it's all conventional. There's no reality to it. This is similar and not far away from what they say. The lion has his turf, and it won't let you into his territory. Is that a reality? We spoke about this many times. It's not a reality. He, with his power, could protect his stuff, but there is nothing real about it. When does Lois Signal becomes real? Lois Signal becomes real because there is a Melech who commanded Lois Signal. And if you are violating the neighbor, you're not violating your neighbor, you're violating the king's presence. Then he gets a sense of reality.
According to the Alakus, it's mislavish in the Ayin, it's not like the lion's turf. It's also an Inyan Elaki.
Right, but it's all for the benefit contained within the Metzias of the world. A sovev kol almin provides it a sense of reality, of a godly reality. And how do we get to know, like you said, it is when we realize that in memaale there is also oyer. There is also oyer. Like you said, it's not all a lion's turf. There is significance to it, but not in terms of violating the godly presence. It's violating the godly commands, I think, how he created the world. Once you know that there is this Inyan, then you get to know this is the sovev kol almin. And then the world assumes a completely different level of significance. Okay, so let's go inside now.
Can I just ask one thing on what you said? You mentioned if you're only relating to there's a metzias of God, it's only substantiating your presence. What was you were contrasting that to something? I missed what you were contrasting that to.
The existence and the presence.
Just knowing that there's an existence doesn't
change anything. It's just saying, okay, here's where I come from.
So sovev is the presence?
No, presence opens your presence. Sovev means it encompasses. And like I said, as a result of sovev, anything that occurs in the world is either in respect or in violation of Kovid Hamelech.
So the world assumes a reality because of presence.
Yeah. Now let's look inside it, because this introduction was necessary for us to understand, because we learned a little bit in circles before.
A brief question. I don't know if you can address it right now, but yesterday you said that should I move on Sha'atzmus to eiden saved? You said that we're talking about how do we know where saved comes from. Well, we understand that you have Atzmus, and then I believe yesterday you asked the question, where does this awareness of Atzmus come from? I don't remember if we answered it.
Okay, so this is exactly what we were talking about. Let's go inside. As a result of knowing and understanding and relating to the union of Ayin Eliki as mislabish mekalim, Ayin memaale kol almin, we get to know the sovev hamuflim me'oilams, which is sovev kol almin. And that, he says, there are different levels, in generally speaking, two different levels at this given. Either it is at the level and in the sense of knowing the metzius levad. Metzius means its existence. What does that mean? The existence of sovev kol almin. The hainu, which means she'anu yoidim, that we know sheyesh metzius ho'erein sovev hamuflim me'oilams. that there is a mitzvah, there is such a presence of Ein Sof that is mufla me'oilem, that is remote from worlds. Let's read the next half line and then we'll try to understand what this says. Shaharei muva. Why does? How do we know such a mitzvah? Since it is understood sheho'atzmus de'erin soiv, that the etzem of erin soiv ein beyerech lislabish b'eilus. It's not beyerech, cannot be mislabish b'eilus. It's not in proximity to mislabish b'eilus. What is mitzvah erin soiv ha'mufl me'oilus? That explains why it can be mislabish b'eilus, and atzmus erin soiv she'ein beyerech lislabish b'eilus. What are these two madrigas? Atmos Ein Sof she'ein beyerech lislabish b'eilus means Atmos Ein Sof, the etzem of Ein Sof. Now the etzem of Ein Sof, like you said, okay, how do you know it? How do you know etzem Ein Sof? Etzem Ein Sof is not known by manifestation, by its manifestation in the world.
Etzem Ein Sof is synonymous with sovev or not?
What?
Etzem Ein Sof is the
No,
same
no,
as sovev?
no.
Mufla.
Mufla, oil ha-mufla is sovev. Oil ha-mufla me'oilam is called sovev. You have to be careful over here. Atmos Ein Sof means the oil is sovev as it is unto itself, its own truth. Mufla me'oilam means the oil is sovev that there is some kind of a comparison. Mufla, it's remote from worlds. Remote from worlds means that there is such thing as world, but this is remote from it. Reshis Borokim is a Shemayim v'so Oretz. Oretz, we understand what that creation is. And the whole description of the creation follows through on the development of what happened on Oretz. What happened on Oretz, on the earth. The Shemayim, they were just created, that's it. Even when there is Tzvah HaShemayim later on, the sun and the moon, this is all for the purpose l'hoyer al ha'oretz. Essentially, it belongs to the oretz, even though it is up there. But the Shomayim, what is the creation of the Shomayim? What's it be a salvation of the Shomayim as oretz? So, just to put it very simply, the Shomayim is that which surrounds and encompasses the world. This is what gives the earth an identifiable place. Even though this is mamish remote, you can't reach it. Nobody was ever in the Shemayim. All the attempts of the human beings to go up high, they go to one planet or another planet, all things that you can identify from Oret's perspective. But Shemayim per se, nobody tries to go into Shemayim. But the Shemayim is what gives, so to speak, an umbrella to the whole earth. a sense of presence, a sense of reality.
Is that Gan Eden?
I once asked a question, I don't want to go too far. Can you imagine walking on the earth without the Shemayim?
Without the Shemayim.
There's a well-known principle, it's we discussed it many times. To take it on a very low level, when you teach a child driving a bicycle, and the child would tend to look at the ground, the earth, because that's its secure place. You tell the child, don't look at the ground, look ahead. What are you looking at? Just look ahead. This looking ahead, this will give you a sense of balance. This will keep you going. The Shemayim, this is what gives a presence to the earth. This is why the Shemayim came before Lawrence. In order that there should be an earth, there should be a Shemayim. On the low and on the simple level, in order to have a table, you have to have a dining room. You have to have a house.
I spend all my time trying to get the children not to look at their fingers while they're playing. Cover it with a paper.
This is what this meaning, the meaning of these words here. Let's just go through it. The mitzias of sovev kolam is this. The hainu, which means 3 lines from the bottom. Shonu yoidim, that we know sheyesh mitzias oinesav hamufle mehoilams, that there is a mitzias, there is such a presence of oinesav that is mufle mehoilams, not totally remote, non-existent from the world perspective. Now, it's not interested in the world altogether. That which is not interested in the world cannot devolve later on to be mislavish in world. It is moving oilams. Shaharein move, and since it's understood. Sheho atmu deir sof, that the atmu is in sof, now the reality of in sof as it is unto itself. Ain't it biyerech lislavish bo ilmas. That cannot be mislavish in the illness, no matter what you do with it. In Arm Shalim, that we've discussed in this arena, this is very fine and deep in Yonah. So we said that there is the union from Mokim Sheritzina Shalom Shomhu. And then there is the union Mokim Sheritzina Shalom Shomhu, that he is where he wants to be, and then there is he will get to where he wants to get to. That's already more on the practical and the worldly level, because you don't happen to be there ultimately. You have to get there. In order to perceive the idea that you can go from this place to you can get there, the place that you're going to has to be a place. It cannot be a reality that is not definable in terms of place. It's also a mokim, but it's a mokim that is part of reality, of the human reality. Shomhu, that can then translate in terms of a person trying to go there, to get there. But that which is beyond mokim altogether, in a person's mind, and the truth of his life and the truth of his existence, that doesn't translate in activity at all. Do I have you with me?
I missed the
What's
question.
mentally is slavish boilums? Slavish boilums means that this principle that I can be here and end up being here, or even to want to be here, it has to be part of the world. Both of these places have to be part of the world. Now, there is even that which is a mokum defined in Rotzoin is also a place. Even though Rotzen skips the entire process of getting there, but it's also a place.
And that's analogous to the area which is muflam in the
Move from there.
as opposed to just the essential truth of his being.
Exactly.
That doesn't have a shaykhus to
Right,
place.
exactly.
You can't go to Ratzin. You have to go to a Malkin in Ratzin.
Right, and mocking Rotzen is already a gili from the nefesh, and it has a principle of what do you want? Rotzen is already a gili from nefesh. It's a nefesh itself. It cannot be translated in seichel or midas in any kind of oilness and activity. This is what it says in these words here. And this is what the Rebbe is saying. Because we know and we understand that there is an oir hamislavish boilans, that there is an oir memaale kol almin. Let's take it down to our level. The fact that a fruit that grows on the tree is edible, and the fact that the fruit that grows on the tree is attractive, is intended. It's not an accident. This is the oil of the Slavish boilers. Because that you know that, because you sense it's oil of Slavish boilers, you sense that yes, there is, and there is the overall significance of worlds at a higher level. Otherwise, how could there be such an inyan that a fruit becomes edible and attractive? That's not Slavish elements. There has to be an oir that is not mislavish, but it's be'erech, it provides for it. You got some? Step one. Let's have to save a kalam, and we'll of course go back. And in our Mashalim that we've discussed, we have ample means by which we can recognize this inyan. We have to interrupt. No, pick up tomorrow. All right. Great day. Very past the time.
Yeah.